Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I am Milana and I love all things beauty and tanning, so if you do too, you are in the right place. Make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up if you're a bronzer lover like me, and please subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, I have a bunch just like it on my channel, so make sure to subscribe. But for today, we are going to be comparing a drugstore and a high-end bronzer. So we're going to be comparing the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer with the NARS Laguna bronzer. Two of my absolute favorites, but I thought I would do a little demo for you on each side so that we could compare, see if this works as a dupe for this. So if you want to see my review / comparison of the drugstore versus high-end bronzer, stay tuned for the rest of the video. Alright, let's just jump right into it. I am, again, not gonna tell you what I'm putting on which side of my face. You guys know how it goes with my drugstore versus high-end videos. I like to do each side and then let you guys decide which one is which, just so you see what side you like better, what looks better, without having a biased opinion, because I know a lot of times you want to really like one or the other, so you kind of convince yourself that you like one better than the other when it might not actually be that way. So I like to do it this way. I just think it's a more fun way to do it. So let's move into the first bronzer. I'm gonna use the same brush for both. And I'm using the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH07. I know this isn't really a bronzer brush, but I just like how it gives me a subtle contour and it's easy for me to work with, so I like this. So I'm just gonna dip into the product. And I'm using my handy dandy Moon Prism blush palette as a mirror. And we're just gonna start on this side. Sorry about my hair, guys. You can see it's giving me a beautiful bronzed look. And I like to bring it up to my forehead. And I'm just gonna go halfway, as awkward as that's gonna be, just to bronze up. So I want to create more of a shadow right up here on my forehead, make it look a little bit smaller. And I want to give my cheekbones that appearance of, if you know what I mean. And then I like to do my jawline as well. It just makes your jawline look a little bit more sharp, which who doesn't want that? And I think that's all I'm gonna mess with for now. Maybe I'll just give my nose a little something on that one side. Hopefully I don't forget the other. And I'm gonna go across because I don't want to forget. All right, moving on to the next one. Take a nice look at this. Let me know what you guys think about it. So far, I obviously love it because, like I said, they're both one of my favorite, or two of my favorite bronzers on the planet. And then we're gonna take this next one that I'm not gonna show you yet, dip it in there, tap off the excess, and do that same thing. I have more texture on this side than the other, so I apologize. Nice. and get my jawline again. Bring it up. And I like to give myself a little butt chin, so I'm gonna incorporate that. Almost forgot the other side of my nose. And there you have it. So this is what this side looks like. And this is what this side looks like. Now that I'm all done and you guys have taken a nice look, I am going to apply my blush and my highlighter, and then I'm gonna set my face, and then once I've put some product on top of that bronzer, we'll do another quick little look to see which one appeared nicer with other products on top. So I'm gonna go do that, and I will be right back to reveal which is which, let you guys decide which one you like better, let you guys know which one I like better, and I'm gonna bronze my neck because I am looking crazy right now. So I will be right back. All right, I am back. So I applied some blush, some highlighter, and I totally forgot to apply lipstick, so I probably looked even more crazy in the beginning, and I think that's why my look was throwing me off. But this is what I look like all done. I don't know if you guys can tell a difference. I'm first gonna tell you guys what I think. So the first initial thought I had was that this side is a little bit more of a neutral undertone, and this side was a little bit more on the warmer side. So this one was a little bit more natural looking in my opinion than this one was. The makeup sat on top of both really, really beautifully. I don't think I prefer one over the other. They're all powder products, so I don't know. They both look really, really nice. I think this side looked a little bit more seamless, if that makes sense. So it wasn't as patchy. Not saying that this side was necessarily patchy, but this one just looked a little bit more smooth overall than this one did. I don't know how well you guys can tell. Let me just get up close. This is this side, and this is this side. I just feel like this side just looked a little bit more put together than this side did. I love both. Obviously, you already know I love both bronzers. I've never tested them right next to each other though, so I never really had kind of that direct comparison between the two. So this was definitely an interesting way to see kind of the similarities and differences, and it's nice to see how similar they really are with how big of a difference in price it is. Not saying that the NARS bronzer is like the most expensive bronzer in the world. I have my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, and that one was like $55. It's also much bigger, but it's expensive. And I wanted to use that one in the review, but I've been using NARS forever now, and the Charlotte Tilbury is a little bit more new to me. This one I've had a lot more experience with, so I figured it would be more appropriate for this. I'm gonna give you guys 5 seconds like I always do, so you can tell me what you think is what in the comments, and then I'll let you know. So I'm gonna hold these up. Let me hide my ugly background. I'm holding these up, and I'm gonna let you guys decide what's on the left side of my face and what is on the right. So 5 seconds starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if you guessed right, congrats. If not, that is totally fine too. The left side of my face was the NARS Laguna, and then the right side of my face was the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. And I also should tell you guys what shade I have, because they have a bunch of different ones. This is Sunset Bronzer. Like I said before, this side of my face looked a little bit more natural, like it had more of that neutral undertone, and this side just looked a little bit warmer. I don't know if you guys can tell. This definitely has more of that neutral kind of look to it, and this has more of a... It's warmer, but it also has kind of a little bit of like a pinky undertone to it as well. So it definitely looked warmer on this side than on this side. It's not a huge difference. You probably wouldn't notice it too well unless I pointed it out. I really like both. Like I said, I just really feel like this side of my face is just slightly more put together. It just looks more like everything just melted and blended a lot more nicely. Not a lot, but more nicely. This side still looks beautiful, but I do like this side more. I'm gonna say that right off the bat. I think the high end in this video is the winner, but I definitely think that this passes as a dupe for this. It's, I don't wanna say a lot cheaper because this one is I think it's $35 or $38. I'll link both down below so you know exactly how much each of them are and where you can buy. But this has to be at least like $20 cheaper than this. And it does a very similar thing for your face. And the smell of this is just amazing. If you like smells, oh my god, this smells like you're on the beach. Literally, like they could not have done this smell any better. I'm also gonna do a quick little swatch for you guys. The butter bronzer literally feels like butter. Like it's so smooth and soft. It just feels so good to touch and dip your fingers in. The NARS does feel a little bit more dry than the butter bronzer, and the butter bronzer actually swatches better. But you guys know, like I always say, a swatch doesn't really mean much to me. It's more so the performance of the product on your actual face, where you want it to look. A swatch can be kind of deceiving sometimes, so I don't really pay too much attention to this, but I just want to show you guys the difference when they're right next to each other. So if you can guess, this is the butter bronzer and this is NARS Laguna. The butter bronzer looks on the swatch like it blends out better and smoother than this one. It's a more buttery product, if that makes sense. Like I said, the NARS is just a little bit more on the drier side. Not that that's a bad thing, because when you put it on my face, it just looks beautiful. But as far as a swatch goes, that is my opinion, and the butter bronzer looks a lot more warm than the NARS does. Definitely, I don't want to say it has an orangey undertone to it, but it's definitely warmer. I love that neither of them are matte bronzers. You guys know how I feel about mattes, and neither of these are matte. They both have a little something extra to them inside. So I really love what they do to my skin. So for overall thoughts, like I said, this one is the winner to me in my opinion. I just have a very big love for this bronzer. I think it's, if not the best, it's one of the best out there. I just think NARS really did an amazing job with this. So thank you, NARS. But the butter bronzer is also just so amazing, and it just makes your skin look so beautiful. Can't get past the smell because it's so freaking good. All right, guys, like I said, that is all I've got for this little comparison of the drugstore versus high-end. For the bronzers, I know I did a bunch of foundations, and I've linked them throughout the video for you guys to check out if you're interested in those as well. But I just love doing little comparisons between drugstore and high-end products. Like I always say, I think it's such a fun way to see kind of how products perform depending on their price. I just love comparing certain products that I love, or even trying new ones to see which one's better and if one can work as a dupe for the other, because who doesn't love dupes? I don't know, I do. I love not having to pay a crazy amount of money, so I just love the idea of testing out the drugstore with the high end. Why else do we have two sides to our face? Come on, people. But I hope you guys liked this video. If you want to see more videos like this, and if there are certain products that you want me to compare to one another, make sure to comment and let me know what you think. Give this video a huge thumbs up for me. Let me know you're loving these drugstore versus high-end videos. Make sure to share with your friends, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, so you don't want to miss out on an upload 3 times a week. That's a lot of videos, you guys. So make sure to subscribe, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.